back in the days before everyone knew about mental illness, how people used to act crazy. Some were some were even being accused of being lazy for not leaving their beds, and some would be hearing whispers and they would be told that, oh, mostly in maybe the northern part, aljanune, all those kind of things. Mostly people have experienced, mostly women, that you see they are going through depression, but they will be accused of either craziness, and they would not be attended to. So all these experiences and people talking is what birthed my topic. The mental illness has always existed, but it has been misunderstood. My name is Habiba Muhammed Koko. Yes. Hi. Okay. So mental illness has always existed from historical accounts, described, and symptoms from researches made by Skoll in 2015. He had seen that even from the ancient time, the ancient Mesopotamia, that's the Kuwait and Iraq, they've had they've had tablets where they document medical texts and so many things. And from that record, it has shown that people that were being misjudged for having spiritual difficulties is actually mental illness. Like there's a particular one that was termed Ad Isra, which is mostly known as schizophrenia and extreme anxiety, which someone behaves like really out of control. And even in the Islamic history, a research by Bugara and Becker 2005, it was said that Al-Razi and Ibn Sina, they are Islamic physicians who had who were the first physicians to separate mental illness from spiritual disability. The lack of awareness and scientific evolution. Mental illness has always been misunderstood due to lack of science. Explanations were cultural and religious. So, with the research by Shorter in 1997, it was we were being exposed to look at it from the scientific side of trauma, build up trauma, and experiences, and even our environment could be our environment and what we eat could be a reason why some people act a certain way. Modern psychiatry and American psychiatry emerged in the 19th and 20th century, and with research connected to biological and physiological causes by the Psychiatrics American Association of Psychiatrists in 2013. Um, they made a lot of researches on lack of awareness, where there was lack of awareness, so awareness were being made to let people know about mental illnesses and that people are actually suffering. It's not like someone would just decide to be lazy or to be crazy. Then the cost of ignorance and stigma. People are still suffering and people are still misjudged. Even in this class, someone said there's no really mental illness before, and that was one of the reasons I made this research. Someone said before there were no mental illnesses, and I still believe there was mental illness, but there was also lack of awareness. And then now, because of media, things are actually being pushed easier, because as of before, even if there was a name for that sickness, it wouldn't have been easy to talk about it, because I mean before there were times that it was only town criers that would talk about something. But then eventually things started moving from making posters, and then now we have the internet, which we can share anything from Nigeria to China, and then there's been a lot of awareness. That's why now, and people even think mental illness is like a trend. There are some people that, I mean, some of the Gen Zs now, they will tell you, if you do it, like, oh, sorry, it's my ADHD or something like that. So in conclusion, mental illness is not a new thing. It has always existed, but it was just misunderstood. And then people should not emphasize on the silence, and we should just be more self-aware of ourselves and our environment in order not to harm the people around us with our cultures, harmful cultures and beliefs. And naming the wound is just the beginning of healing. Thank you. My name is Habiba.